Hi everyone, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I'm Mrs. R. Cynthia, Assistant Professor, Department of Food Processing and Preservation Technology, Faculty of Engineering, Avinash Lingam University for Women, Coimbatore. Today we are going to discuss about the topic canning process. In the present scenario, food preservation has become a part of the life of a common man. Some foods such as fruits and vegetables are available in specific seasons and not in others. In some places there is a surplus production of a food product, whereas in other places there is an inadequate supply. Man adopted certain techniques to preserve seasonal foods intact for later use. Today, food preservation is very important to fulfill the food supply needs of a developing country like India. It also ensures that the food is available and its supply is maintained at all times. Furthermore, problems like food shortage or famine can also be avoided. After going through this session, you will be able to understand the selection of different containers for canning operation. Next one is the different unit operations involved in canning process and its effect on canning on foods, the spoilage parameters of canned foods. Canning. Canning, it is a method of preservation of the food in which the food is processed and hermetically sealed in containers of metals or glass or thermostable plastic or a multi-layered flexible pouch through the agency of heat. It provides a shelf life typically ranging from 1 to 5 years, also under specific circumstances. It can be much longer. Heating is a principal factor to destroy the microorganism, and the permanent sealing is to prevent the reinfection. The history of canning is, during the first years of Napoleonic Wars, the French government offered a hefty cash award of 12,000 francs to any inventor who could devise a cheap and effective method of preserving large amounts of foods. In 1809, Nicolas Appert, a French confectioner and a brewer, observed that foods cooked inside a jar did not spoil unless the seals are leaked, and developed a method of sealing foods in glass jars which was referred to as appertization and which is commonly now called as canning. The importance of canning are the high percentage of water in most fresh foods makes them very perishable. They spoil or lose their quality for several reasons. Microorganisms live and multiply quickly on the surfaces of fresh food and on the inside of bruised, insect damaged and diseased food. Moisture, oxygen and enzymes are present throughout the fresh food tissues that influences for the growth of microorganisms and spoil the foods. Proper canning practice minimizes the effects of these microorganisms in food products. However, the main objective of canning is to preserve the food by the application of heat so that it can be safely eaten at a later time. Safety of the consumer is a primary concern when food is canned. The nutritional value of canned food. Many vegetables begin to lose vitamins when harvested. Almost half of the vitamins may be lost within a few days. If not, the fresh produce is cooled or preserved. Within 1 or 2 refrigerated produce may lose half of its vitamin within 1 or 2 weeks. Canning destroys from 1/3 to half of vitamin A and C, thiamine and riboflavin when subjected to heat treatments. Each year on storage, the canned food accounts for a loss of sensitive vitamins 5 to 20%. The amount of other vitamins are slightly lower in canned foods compared with fresh foods. Vegetables that are handled properly and canned quickly after harvest may be more nutritious than fresh produce held many days after harvest. The heating process in canning appears to make dietary fiber more soluble and more readily fermented in the colon into gases and physiologically active byproducts. Canning preservation of foods. Fresh foods spoil or lose their quality for several reasons, such as growth of undesirable microorganisms such as bacteria, yeast and mold, the activity of food enzymes, the reactions with oxygen, moisture loss. The next topic is containers used for canned foods. The container plays a vital role in food canning. It must be capable of being hermetically sealed to prevent the entry of microorganisms. It should be impermeable to liquids and gases, including water vapor. It should maintain the state of biological stability, that is commercial sterility, that was induced by the thermal process alone or in combination with other chemical and physical process. Physically protect the contents against damage during transportation, storage and distribution. Next one is canned materials. There are a wide variety of materials are used now for the manufacture of cans for meat and poultry preservation. Canning of foods are mostly packed in metal containers. Below that, the first one is steel. Tin plate. A tin-free steel and a nickel-plated steel coated with a very thin film of tin are the materials used to manufacture metal food cans. The amount of tin used only is about 1.5% of the can's weight and should not contain more than 1% lead. It is used to prevent the rusting. It is used to prevent the interaction between the meat product and the metal. The cans are coated on the inside with an organic material. There are two kinds of organic coating are generally used in food industry. One is acid resistant, another one is sulfur resistant. Acid resistant coated cans are used primarily for fruit products, whereas the meat products are generally packed in cans that have been lined with sulfur resistant materials. The gas containers and metal closures, although the wide variety of containers for canned foods, the metal ones are preferable as high conductivity of heat. It cannot easily be broken, being opaque, so any possible bad effects of light on foodstuffs are avoided. It is used to withstand the stresses imposed during thermal processing and cooling. It is able to withstand the subsequent handling, which includes transportation, storage and distribution. There are three important food groups. They are classified as low acid groups, that is the pH ranges from 5 to 6.8. Foods are vegetables, meats, seafoods, poultry and dairy products come under this. Second one is acid foods. The pH range is about 4.5 to 3.7. Fruits such as pear, oranges, apricots and tomatoes fall under this category. Next one is high acid foods. The pH is about 3.7 to 2.3. The foods such as pickle products and fermented foods, jam and jellies come under this category. Packing jar plays a large role in the heat transfer through the product. It can be completed by using one of the following packing process. It may be a raw or cold pack or hot pack. The raw or cold pack places the raw food directly in the jar and then hot boiling liquid is poured over the contents. Whereas in hot pack, it involves cooking food in liquids before packing and then cooking liquid is poured over the food in the jar. Headspace is an important criteria in canning. It is the area in the jar between the inside of the lid and the top of the food or its liquid is usually the following for certain foods. Jellies, the headspace is around 1/4 inch. For tomatoes and pickles, it is ½ inch. For low acid foods, the range is around 1 inch to 1.25 inches. If the headspace is too little, it can result in the following: food bubbling out during processing. Proper seal may not occur because deposits can form on the rim. If too much headspace is given, it can result in the following: food at the top of the jar can become discolored. Proper seal may not occur because not all the air may be forced from the jar. Next is the canning methods. There are two canning methods commercially used. First one is boiling water bath method and the second one is pressure canner method. Boiling water bath method. It is a shorter, lower temperature canning process that is ideal for high acid foods. The high acidity of the foods kills the bacteria, allowing for the water bath method. We have to place 6 inches of water in the canner for hot packed jars. The water should be simmering at 180°F for raw or cold packed jars, whereas the water should be heated at 140°C. The jars are placed in the rack in the canner so that they do not touch on the bottom of the canner. The water should rise to 1 to 2 inches above the top of the jars. For more hot or boiling water can be added if necessary. The timing and the water is at the full boil. After the processing time, the canner is turned off and the lid is removed, and we have to wait for 5 more minutes before removing the jars. The jars are removed straight out of the canner and it is cooled for about 12 to 24 hours. The seals are checked and the rings are removed. It is stored in a cool, dry and dark place. The advantages of boiling water can are: it is easy for beginners to learn, and it is the best method for fruits, high acid foods and pickled foods, and it is inexpensive to start. Some of the disadvantages of boiling water canning are: it include temperature does not get high enough to ensure the destruction of microorganisms in foods without high sugar or acid content, longer time period to complete the canning process. The next method is pressure canning. It heats the contents to 240°F, eliminating the risk of foodborne bacteria. It is a preservation of low acid foods like many vegetables, meat, poultry and seafood uses the pressure canning method. It helps to keep foods fresh and safe to eat. The mixture of high acids and low acid food can be preserved for a longer period with pressure canning method. A spore forming microorganism called Clostridium botulinum are killed at boiling temperatures can withstand these temperatures. In low acid foods, the spores will germinate in the absence of air, which forms a toxic botulinum. These spores can only be destroyed by pressure cooking method at a temperature of about 240°F or above. It may depends on the type of food and altitude. Clostridium botulinum spores cannot grow at high acidic condition, that is the pH of about 4.6 or less, and this type of foods can be safely canned using the boiling water bath method. Foods that have a high pH value near to 4.6 need to have acid added to them in order to use the water bath method. This is accomplished by adding lemon juice or citric acid. We have to place 2 or 3 inches of water simmering or hot in a canner. The jars on the rack in the canner and the lid is covered with a weight of, and it is allowed for a steady stream of steam to escape for 10 minutes. The vent is closed. The time is calculated for the processing. The turn off heat at the end of processing time and let the pressure, and we have to wait till the pressure drops to 0. Then we have to remove the weight and we have to wait for some more time, that is 10 minutes, and then the canner is open and the jars are removed and it is cooled for 12 to 24 hours. Then the jars are sealed. Some of the advantages of pressure canning are: it is best method for low acid foods such as vegetable foods. It reaches a higher temperature process and it is completed in a short period of time. The disadvantages of pressure canning are: the startup cost is higher than boiling water bath method. The pressure cooker is required, can be dangerous if pressure is not monitored and released. Some soft fruits can be damaged by using high heat. Next, the canning time and temperature depends on the factors such as the physical state of the food, that is the acid, salt, sugar, starch, fat, or the size of the pieces, or by using the consistency, that is the convection heating in liquids, conduction heating in solids, or combination of both. This is a general process flowchart of canning. Let us see about the processing of canning. First, selection process. Fruits and vegetables. Product should be absolutely fresh. The fruit should be ripe but firm and evenly matured. It should be free from all unsightly blemishes, insect damage and malformation. Overripe fruit is generally infected with microorganisms and would yield a pack of poor quality. The vegetables should be of tender and reasonably free from soil, dirt, etc. The next process is sorting and grading. After the preliminary sorting, the fruits and vegetables are graded. It is done with respect to the size and color. Generally, it is done by hands or the grading machines such as screen graders, roller graders, rope or cable graders. The next unit operation is washing. The grader fruits and vegetables are washed with water in different ways such as soaking or agitation in water, washing with cold or hot water sprays. Vegetables may preferably be soaked in a dilute solution of potassium permanganate, mainly for disinfection. Spray washing is the most efficient method used commonly. Next unit operation is peeling, coring and pitting. Peeling of fruits and vegetables can be done in 3 different ways. One is mechanical peeling, second one is hand peeling, third one is lye peeling. Lye peeling is nothing but dipping the fruit and vegetables in a solution of a boiling caustic soda or a lye solution of a strength of 1 to 2% for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Cores and pits in the fruits are removed by hand or by using machines. The next unit operation is blanching. The treatment of fruits and vegetables with boiling water or steam for a short periods followed by cooling prior to canning is called blanching. Blanching is done with the objective of loosening the skin of the fruit or vegetable. It eliminates the number of microorganisms. It inactivates the enzymes, thus preventing the possibility of discoloration. It also improves the flavor by reducing the astringency in some foods. And the next unit operation is can filling. The cans are washed and subjected to a steam jet which removes any adhering dust or foreign matter. Before filling of the contents, the fruit and vegetables, a small amount of syrup for fruits or brine for vegetables is poured in the can so as to provide a medium to the contents. Can filling can be done by machine or hand filling can also be employed. In India, filling by hand using rubber gloves is a common practice in industries. The next operation is syrupping and brining. The cans are filled with hot sugar syrup for fruits at a concentration of 35% to 40% and a hot brine for vegetables at a concentration of 1% to 2%. The syrup or brine should be added to the can at a temperature of 79 degrees Celsius to 82 degrees Celsius, leaving a head space in the can so that when the filled can is closed on the double seaming machine, the head space left inside should ranges from 0.32 cm to 0.47 cm. The objective of the step is to improve the taste of the canned product and to fill up the inner space between the fruits and vegetables. The next unit operation is lidding and clinching. Cans after being filled are covered loosely with lid and pass through the exhaust box. Lidding is now replaced by clinching, in which the lid is partially seamed to the can by a single roller action of double seam. Acid foods such as fruits can be processed or canned in boiling water, but low acid vegetables and meats must be canned in a pressure canner at 240 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomatoes are between low and high acid. They can be canned in boiling water, but to increase the acidity, acid must be added to them. In pickling process, vinegar is added to low acid foods such as vegetables are acidified by adding vinegar. The next unit operation is exhausting. By exhausting, the risk of corrosion of tin plate and pin holding during the storage and discoloration of the product is reduced. Oxidation process is prevented. Cans are passed through a trough of water at 82 degrees Celsius to 87 degrees Celsius or a moving conveyor belt through a steam box. The time varies from 5 minutes to 25 minutes on the nature of the substance. During exhausting, expelling of all the gases takes place, which prevents the spoilage of the canned product by ceasing the chemical reaction and also the bulging of can. Next operation is sealing. After exhausting, the cans are sealed by special closing machines known as double seamers. They are hand operated as well as semi-automatic and fully automatic seamers. The next operation is processing or sterilization. Processing consists of heat treatment which is sufficient to eliminate the growth of spoilage causing microorganism. All fruits can be satisfactorily processed at 100 degrees Celsius and vegetables at 116 to 120 degrees Celsius. The total time required to sterilize canned food is largely depends on size of the can, processing temperature, the rate of heat penetration at the center of the can, the pH of the food, the type and number of microorganisms present. The next operation is washing and cooling. As the cans are closed, they pass through a detergent spray washer to remove the grease and other material. The washing should consist of hot water at 66 degrees Celsius, then by suitable pre-rinse detergent spray wash, followed by a fresh warm water rinse at 66 degrees Celsius. Immediately after processing, the cans are cooled in water to a temperature of 36 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius to avoid thermophilic spoilage or can rust. If the cans are cooled much below 36 degrees Celsius, they may not dry thoroughly and rusting will result. If the cans are at a temperature much over 42 degrees Celsius, thermophilic spoilage may occur. The next operation is labeling and storage. After the completion of canning process, the cans are labeled, packaged and stored at a clean and dry place. Storage temperatures of sterile canned meat products should not be above 21.1 degrees Celsius because higher temperature markedly accelerate the deterioration during storage, thus limiting the shelf life of the food product. Next, we are going to see about the effects of canning on food materials. First one is color. The time temperature combination used in canning have effect on naturally occurring pigments in foods. In fruits and vegetables, chlorophyll is converted to pheophytin carotenoids. Carotenoids are again isomerized to epoxides and anthocyanins. These are degraded to brown pigments. Discoloration of canned foods during storage occurs. For example, when iron or tin anthocyanin to form a purple pigment, or when colorless leucoanthocyanins form pink antho. The next one is flavor and aroma. There are complex changes, for example, pyrolysis, deamination and decarboxylation of amino acids, degradation. In fruits and vegetables, changes are due to complex reactions which involve the degradation, recombination and volatilization of aldehydes, ketones, sugars, lactones, amino acids and organic acids. In canned meats, changes in texture are caused by coagulation and a loss of water holding capacity of proteins, which produces a shrinkage and stiffening of proteins. The texture of solid fruit and vegetable pieces is softer than the unprocessed food due to solubilization of pectic material, but is considerably firmer than canned products. Next, we are going to see about the advantages of canning. Canning alters foods chemically by changing the moisture, pH or salinity levels to protect against microbes, bacteria, mold and yeast. It also limits food enzyme activity. It can keep canned foods on shelves for about 1 to 2 years or longer. It can be economical when using homegrown or locally grown produce. Canning your own food is an excellent way to reduce their environmental impact. Some of the limitations of canning are: glass jars can be breaked easily, seals can be broken which causes a spoilage, canning is a time consuming process, most canning is done in the heat of summer and can increase the air conditioning cost, canned food does not taste as good as fresh food does. It also requires a significant investment of time and equipment. Next, we are going to see about spoilage of canned foods according to the condition and content of the can. Under that, the first one is swell. Bulging of can ends by positive internal pressure due to the gas generated by microbial or chemical activity. It is either hard or soft swell. Next one is flipper. A can with normal appearance, but one end flips out when the can is struck against a solid object but snaps back to the normal under light pressure. Next one is springer. It can be bulged from one end, which is forced back into normal position. The opposite end bulges. Leakage in perforated cans. The overfilled cans has a convex ends due to the overfilling and not regarded as spoilage. The next one is spoilage of canned foods according to the causes. First one is microbial spoilage. It may result from insufficient processing or leakage. There are three types of spore forming bacteria: the gas producing anaerobes and aerobes with optimum growth temperature of 37 degrees Celsius. Second one is gas producing anaerobes with optimum temperature of 55 degrees Celsius. Third one is non-gas producing aerobes or facultative anaerobes with optimum temperature of 55 degrees Celsius produce flat souring. And the leakage in the can be detected by bubbles when squeezed under water, disappearance of vacuum when heated to 38 degrees Celsius followed by slow cooling. The next one is flat souring. It can be identified by the high acid formation without gas production. It tastes sour. It has a sour odor, bitter taste, and the container is not swollen. It is caused by thermophilic bacteria such as Bacillus coagulans, Bacillus stereothermophilus, Bacillus circulans. These bacteria attack carbohydrate producing acid without gas. It's common in tropical and subtropical countries. The next one is chemical spoilage. Under that, the first one is hydrogen swell. The formation of hydrogen gas in can, internal corrosion or scratch. It occurs mainly in acidic foods. It is occurs rarely in canned meat, but seen in canned sardines. It is not related to fermentation or bacterial spoilage. It can show varying degree of bulging. When opened, there is a release of odor and burnable gas. It is quite harmless but undifferentiated from smell of spoilage can, so it is rejected. Next one is sulfiding. It is discoloration of inside of can with pink or dark purple color. It occurs due to the reaction of sulfur containing proteins with liberated hydrogen sulfide from bacterial spoilage with the odor of rotted egg. It may be accompanied with blanketing when hydrogen sulfide react with steel base of tin, forming iron sulfide and may lead to pitting. Sulfiding can be prevented by sulfur resistant lacquer. Let me sum up the whole thing. Canning, it is a safe way of preserving and storing food for a prolonged period of time. However, if not done properly, it can result in serious illness and can have fatal consequences. It is important to understand the science of canning and implement proper control measures to ensure the safety canned products. Thank you.